Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hold up. Okay. I'm okay. We're good. How's it going, everybody? Ooh, it's a hot day today. Summer is really summering, as I like to say. That's all I really had to say. I'm kind of just not anxious. Yeah, anxious. I was gonna say angsty for some reason. I'm like angsty to get back to work. That is not the right term. I'm anxious to kind of get working because I'm just kind of happy with how it's coming out. That I kind of just want to keep the momentum of this going. This is also a way to kind of redeem myself because today's Hot Guy July didn't come out as good as I thought it was going to. Like, some like anatomy stuff is a little off, and I feel kind of sad because that's like one of the members of one of my favorite like music bands that I drew, and it's kind of sad that he came out kind of wonky. But hopefully, this Nicole drawing we can redeem ourselves. Hopefully. But anyway, let me know how you guys are doing today as we switch over. We're kind of getting into it really quick, but I'm fine. You try and that's what matters. Exactly. I tried my best and I can always try again. There's nothing that says that I can't redraw a drawing to, fix my mistakes and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it anytime soon. Like I would give it like a day or something for my brain to sort of see what I did wrong and kind of fix it that way. But there's nothing saying that I can't go back and try again. We're feeling positive today. It may look wonky, but, we're feeling kind of positive. Hold on. Something that's kind of been bothering me is. There we go. I just wanted to move slightly a little bit because I would always, like, touch that, which is a little annoying. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it as I talk about my day today. Nothing has really been too crazy other than the fact that I accidentally let my cat out. I was letting the dogs out to go do their thing, and then I guess he slipped out behind me and he was outside for 2 hours to the point where the stupid AirTag couldn't find him because he was just that far away. He had gone over to a different neighborhood, and I had to there's no way to get through that neighborhood. There's kind of a wall blocking or dividing the neighborhood. So I had to walk all the way around just to try and get him, which sucked. And it was hot. That's why today when I started the stream, I was like, guys, today is a hot day. And I know it. I know it is, even though we're inside. I know it's hot because I just had to walk, like, I don't know, not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. And I was sweating. And guess what? My cat wasn't even there. He had gone over the wall back to our house. So I walked over there for no reason. Stupid. That's such a stupid. Like I'm stupid for letting him out, but also he's stupid for not going home. Like what a dumb cat. But anyway, let's get to work. Yeah, that's right. We're going here. Okay. Rough. Yeah, but I'm just glad he's safe. I have no idea how long he was out there for. He could have been out there for like a couple of hours and he still didn't come home. So bad on him. Dummy dumb. Okay, I'm like trying to figure out like how we have our layers separated and stuff like that. I think we can just yeah, we may have to shrink Nicole a little bit, which feels very weird. I don't like doing that, but if we want everyone to be consistent, then we're gonna have to keep them like that. But that feels so weird. Like, how much we have to shrink her down in order to do this? Because I think Belle is around the same size. Yeah, this will look really weird. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to do this. Either we make everyone else smaller, or yeah, I think we might. If either I keep it, or I make everyone else smaller, which is kind of annoying. That's a little bit annoying because it looks definitely weird if you look at these side by side. It's not too bad, but if we grab, let me open up Belle's file to see if it'll look weird. Because that's also kind of important. I want them all to look consistent, so we need to look at every charm that we have so far. Where is the sketch that we did for this one? Is it this one? I'm gonna assume it's this file or this folder. Yeah. Let me flatten this too. Merge selected, so it's easier for me to mess around with. Yeah, it will look really weird if she was... Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Nicole would look really weird if we kept her like this. So we might have to shrink everyone down. That's like slightly annoying. Okay, maybe we'll finish up Nicole and then I can resize them all at the end. That might be easier. Well, wait, but that might mess up a lot of stuff. So we might. Okay, let's just deal with this now. Let's think about how to deal with this now. Let's see. If I grab Control C and then Control... Ooh, that's gonna mess up all my layers. Okay, Control V, post it here. Merge selected, just to see. Yeah, this is hard to see. We're doing this now. The sooner I... What is that called? Workshop this, the easier, the better this will be. But that's still kind of weird. No, that's still weird. No, I don't think I can do it that way. She's just gonna look kind of tiny, which I hate. Ugh, sucks. This sucks. Okay, think. How do we do this? Maybe I'll have to make her bows a little smaller. That might help us a little bit too. But ruined. My sketch ruined. The problem is they're not even that small either. Oof. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is working really hard. This is really complicated. My brain is working at like full capacity trying to figure out how to solve this problem. There's something in me that's like, oh, maybe we should just workshop this later at the very end, but that might cause more problems for me. God. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just keep going. We'll just roll with this, and we'll figure out the sizing later. But for now, we'll try and have them just fit in this square. That's me. Excuse me. I still think they look funny, though. I still think she looks tiny, which isn't great. Yeah, that's not great either. I think if I were to keep it consistent, she had to be like this. Because their head sizes would have to be about the same. Bless you, thank you. It's a little too much. I could literally measure this out, but I'm being lazy about it. Oh yeah, this is what I had originally. That makes sense. This is the sketch that we had originally, or the size that we had. Yeah, and I can't figure it out. Okay, I have an idea of how to do this. How to fully make sure that everything is consistent. Where is that stupid tool? There we go. Okay, if we fill this with like a gray... Oh wait, maybe we'll lasso tool it instead. There we go. I'm just trying to grab the head size to see if I can keep it consistent. Let's pretend. Let's just oof. Ooh, Okay, that's a rough drawing of it, so I can at least see if it's the same. Okay, not totally the same. I think her head is slightly bigger. No, it's hard to tell because it's angled. Her head is like at an angle, so it's hard to really tell if it's the same size or not. I guess I could also rotate this and check. I mean, it's pretty close. Yeah, okay, so that's sad. In order for it to work, why does it have to be like here so that it can all fit? Weird. Uh-oh. Either that or, yeah, we make Nicole tiny, which I also don't like. Consistency is hard. Trying to keep all your stuff consistent is very difficult. Maybe we'll fuck it. I don't know. But it's gonna be weird because Belle is supposed to be smaller than Belle, but she'll be more or less the same size as Wise. It's strange, but maybe we'll roll with it. Maybe I can just let it go. But we'll see. But anyway, let's continue with the sketch. I don't have that much left to sketch before we can start inking, which I am glad. I haven't inked in a while, so that makes me a little nervous. But we roll. Yeah, but other than that, my morning or my day has been kind of chill, pretty chill. You know, as an unemployed person, my mornings are that, yeah, just that, chill. Which is kind of nice, but at the same time, it's like, oh, wait, what layer am I on? What the fuck? Am I on my own layer? What is this? Oh no, it's the clothes. That counts. Okay, whatever. She has like a dangly, what you call? I don't even know what you call these in fashion. A lot of tech wear has this, where it's just a random ass, not even a tassel. It's just this little, I don't know, cool piece of fabric that hangs down. It's almost like a belt, but it's not really. I'm gonna do this on a different layer so I can just freely sketch like that. Because it's very flowy. I like the direction it goes in, but I can't do that. I can't capture it if I'm trying not to mess up anything else in the sketch. Oh, I also need to finish up her boot. Oh, we have to draw her weapon too. We actually have a lot to sketch. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't touch this after outside of stream. I guess it just slipped my mind. But we're working on it now. That's the important thing. I mean, typically I try to keep stream time for not fan art, not necessarily, but like what I call it work because I'm trying to make merchandise and stuff like that. So that's what I use the stream time for. But it's not what you call. I'm not so strict about it. As long as I get it done, or as long as I'm drawing something. If it's work, that's fine. If it's OC stuff, that's also fine. So I don't know. I don't know why I didn't work on this. It just forgot. I forgot. Let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud too. I was messing with it earlier, but I don't know if it's good or not. It feels kind of loud in my ears, but obviously, because I'm listening to it, I want it to be loud. Hi, Ollie. Welcome, welcome. I almost thought that this was the Nicki Minaj version of the song, and I was about to sing, like, what's good, Korea? Yeah, I can't remember what she says. You got my home from Korea? Or something like that. I don't remember what she said. I don't remember what she sings. God, speaking of Zenless, they fucking added TFT into Zenless, and it's crazy. Literally, I saw this event, and it's like, oh, you can play Bang Boo Chess. And I'm like, what is Bang Boo Chess? And the layout is just, the whole game is TFT, Teamfight Tactics, if anyone doesn't know what that is. It's a League branch-off game, and it's like this new, yeah, it's Bang Boo Chess, and it's literally, it's TFT. So the whole time I was like, oh, like, I know how to play this game. This is the thing that I used to do before Zenless. This is what I used to spend my time on. And it's also gambling. There's a bit of gambling in it. There's this new event. I can't remember what it's called, but basically, Bell Lion or Be Lion or whatever is on this power trip of like self-improvement. And they're like, oh, you gotta help him by fighting with other Bang Boos or something like that. I literally skipped the dialogue because I'm just like, let me just get through, let me get the rewards, let me fucking play that, let me fucking play TFTs on this version. It's a very simplified version. It's not like 1-to-1, but I mean, it's not better, it's not worse. But clearly, I was like, oh my god, I have seen this before. I have played this in another life. There is, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but there are rewards for playing competitive, not in a private server with other people. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, this looks really weird. This looks very disjointed, but I swear it connects. It connects in theory. I played these games before. Exactly. That's what it feels like. I feel like guys, I know what's gonna happen next. It's gonna be like if you buy two of the same bamboo, it's gonna increase into a 2-star, and it'll be so powerful, and the shop will refresh so you can get your bamboo team. It's I was like, bamboo chest my ass. This is TFT, Team Fight Tactics Bamboo Edition. So that's what I was doing last night. I was like, oh, I should do some commissions, and then it pulled that shit on me, and I was like, let's just finish the story, like all the story parts of that, so I can get all my rewards. It's so easy. It's like compared to TFT, this is so easy. TFT used to like make me like rip my hair out, and I would literally like get so frustrated sometimes because it's kind of RNG based. It is very much a luck thing, which is why I'm like, there's gambling involved. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, Cheesetopia. I'm gambling. I had to go gamble some Bing Boos. Alright, the belt is done. I didn't even know that Nicole had this. Like, I feel like I've never seen this in her in-game model. This little, not little, but this long-ass fabric chain that's connected to her belt or something. Never seen this before. Did not realize she had this. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's right. I'm on a different layer. No wonder. I was like, why isn't this erasing? I put that on a whole separate layer. I'm trying to keep these consistent. I don't know how good or bad I'm doing. As long as they kind of look similar, I'll be fine. All right, good enough. We can't do all the details on her boots, unfortunately, but I can try. There's like a little lace-up thing. This might be a colored line art thing. Whenever there's like a tiny, tiny detail, I'm just like, we'll just paint it. We can't outline every little thing. All right, ay. Yeah, I was talking earlier, but today my day started off kind of crazy because my cat accidentally got out. He slipped out behind me while I was letting my dogs go out do their stuff, and I had to 2 hours later I was out in the sun trying to find him, only to figure out that after walking to the neighborhood across that he had jumped over and had gone back home as I was walking back, and I was like, what the fuck? God damn it, I ran over here. I walked over here for nothing. I had to walk back. Dumb on me, but also dumb on cat. Like, why? But I think there's no other detail on her boot. I think that's pretty good. We won't even see that. I don't even know if I want to keep the lace up detail. You probably won't even see it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I don't know how to what do you call, what is this word called? Talk about or change to this topic cleanly, but the other day I was studying a tiny bit of Korean. I'm trying to get back into that. Also trying to get back to studying Japanese, but I was like, I have heard before there are different ways to count, but I didn't realize it. I'm like, oh, 1, hana, 2, dul, and then number 3, set. And then I would hear like play, count in number, or count things. or say numbers, and I'm like, that's not 1 or 2. Turns out in the Korean language, and I think in a couple of other languages too, because Japanese also does this, there are different ways to count things, which is like super confusing. It's very confusing. So in Japanese, you have counters for, yeah, and there's two number systems. Okay, so at least Korean does it easy. There's 2, right? In Japanese, there's multiple. There's at least 10 different counters. You have a different counter for people. You have you have a counter for flat objects. You have a counter for pets. And you have a counter for like just different things. And it's really confusing. But I was like, I didn't know that. Why do we do that? At least in English, it's easy. It's like everything is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have like first, second, third, I guess. So that's where it kind of gets confusing. But otherwise, I was like, what? What? Now I had to go study numbers again. So I got a Japanese ad. Well, you know, I like Japanese content, period. So I'm bound to get Japanese content. That reminds me, TikTok has been doing this thing where it's trying to figure out what content that I like. But for some reason, it's only asking me on content that I for sure know that I like. So I'll be like, oh, K-pop, are you interested or not interested? I'm like, interested. Anime, interested or not interested? Yeah, I'm interested. And then it'll give me some random ass like bullshit that I'm not even interested in, and it's like, oh, you for sure like this. It doesn't even ask me if I'm interested in the content or not. And I'm like, TikTok, what is up with you? Hello, hi Rodman, welcome for checking in. Welcome. Oh, this song reminds me. So Jin is touring right now, right? And he has this segment where ARMY, his fans, have to guess the song that they're singing, like just based on their audio alone, and it's harder than it looks or it sounds. This song came up, and we kind of cheated because the only way that Jin could get the song was with the Ayo part, but technically the section that they're supposed to sing ends before that. And he got mad at the audience. He was like, "ARMY, you cheated. I didn't understand what song you were singing until the Ayo part came up, but you're not supposed to sing that part." That just makes me laugh. That's the only part was the Ayo. That makes me laugh. But hey, if it works, it works. All right, now we have to draw her briefcase, which isn't necessarily that. It actually shouldn't be that hard. The perspective is pretty simple on this. Okay, the question is, how big do we make it? That's one thing. You know, I could be really smart about this. Hold up. Let me know what you guys are doing in chat, because I am doing A-okay. And I should talk about this. But the stream schedule, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but instead of Sunday, we're doing a Saturday stream. So it'll be, this week is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And that's because on Saturday, I had almost forgotten that my friend and I are going to a Demon Slayer cafe event. And I completely almost forgotten until I saw the date, and I was like, oh, August? It's already August? And I was like, wait, August 2nd, that sounds familiar. So I asked her about it. She was like, yeah, we're going. And I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, thank God I remembered. So that's why we're streaming on Saturday. We'll try it out. I don't really like streaming on Saturdays, only because I just feel like people are always busy on Saturdays, just doing their own things. And I mean, I could say that about Sunday too, but not so much. Sunday, not so much. Okay, anyway, big brain. Look, it does the perspective for me. It does the math for me. A little off. Hold on, we can make adjustments. How am I doing? I'm living. Yeah, that's how I also feel. I'm living, trying my best, you know. I mean, that's the best we can do sometimes. That's the only thing we can do. Okay, this layer I can. God damn it! All my layers are all mixed up, and I can't tell what the fuck is happening. Look at that perspective. Look at that. I'm big brain. Look at that. I'm sure there was like a way easier way to do that, but that's how my brain was working. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot. Okay, the corners are rounded. Everyone, name your favorite Nicole moment. My favorite Nicole moment was when she I don't know. I love it when Nicole's that's it. Kinda hungry, gonna eat cake. I wish I could have cake. My mind just exploded. What just happened? Wait, what? What are you doing that made your mind explode? God, today's Wordle was God. I've been like kind of almost getting the Wordle, and it's messing me up a little bit because I used to get it in at least like 3 to 4 tries, but every time I get it, I use all 5 chances. I get a little upset, you know. Because the point of it is to get it as fast as you can with thinking, but I haven't been doing that lately. It's annoying the hell out of me. I'm losing my touch. As I said in Discord, I am losing it. I love it when she haggles for money. Oh yeah, I love that too. Hi Army, welcome. I think that's kind of big. I think that's the suitcase is a little too big. I don't know. Actually, it might be. No. Yeah, it is. It is a little big. You're doing great. Thank you. Is that the right size? I forgot that this is gonna be something I'm gonna have to deal with since I decided to draw other weapons. The sizing. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is. Wait. Give me a. Okay, we could do this thing that I do where we can compare it to her bang boo. So let's see. Her bang boo is like this measurement, and the briefcase is like a bang boo and a plushie and a half. Let's just say that. Okay, that's two plushies long. We gotta shrink it. There we go. That's one way to do it. I watched Summer Wars last night. I think I mentioned this before, like on Sunday, that I was gonna go see in theaters because they're replaying it. And I did accidentally book tickets for the dub version, but I kind of don't mind because that's how I grew up watching Summer Wars, just in the dub version for some reason. So I didn't mind, but at the same time, I was like, oh, it would have been kind of cool to watch it in its original form. But God, that movie is like timeless. Such a great film. I'm so glad I got to see it in theaters. I was almost late, and I was kind of worried that I was gonna miss the first part, which is not good because the first part of the movie is very crucial because it explains Oz, or like basically their version of the internet in that universe. So I'm glad I watched it. But God, that movie is so timeless. If you guys have never seen it, you should. It was made in 2009, but the topics that it talks about is still pretty relevant. Like they talk about AI and and how that having AI is bad, basically. And also they talk about cybersecurity. Very good. And also just aesthetically, very good movie. I love it. Okay, this is like the right angle, right? I don't know. We don't have to be 1-to-1 with the official artwork, but if it's there as reference, you might as well reference it. Let's see. Is this how we draw it? Oh, okay. I did that wrong. That's great. Anyone got a favorite weapon in Zenless? I am impartial to size. So size. So Hugo's scythe. When I first saw it, I was even like, oh yeah, we're rolling for this man. I love a scythe user. I just think they're very cool. But who else has a cool weapon? I like Corin's like chainsaw. I love that. How she just like slices through everybody. Amazing. Okay, I don't know how accurate we can get this. He's not exactly grabbing anything. Also, too many tangents. This is bothering me a little bit. We may have to stretch it a little bit for the sake of this. Asha also has a cool weapon where it's just her microphone and it plays various discs that she can play, and that's like the W engines, right? That's cool. Very cool, very creative. I love. That looks off. I think it's not centered. That's why. Okay, but it's hard to tell where the center is and where it's not. Is that centered? No idea. Or just rolling. Also, technically, this part should be a lot thicker, but I don't know if I have the ability to change it at this point. There's a new Clip Studio update. I think it's out now for subscribers for like Clip Studio Premium, but they said that in the new update you can change the angle at which you distort things, which is something that Procreate can do. So when they released it, I was so surprised that that's a new thing, but I've always wanted that. Just the simplest things really make me happy, especially with the program. Oh, great. Oh, see, this is exactly where that tool would be really helpful. Sad day, I was told the cake went bad and was thrown out. Aw. R.I.P. cake. Yeah, that's gonna mess me up. But it's not accurate then. Her suitcase looks too skinny. God damn it. Wait. Oh, I think it. Wait, this isn't right. Okay, wait. I think that works. But then this has to be moved down to. This is like basic, really basic drawing stuff, but I'm struggling. Shapes and perspective, not my strong suit. Also, this doesn't connect anymore. There we go. Alright, oh my god, it looks a little funky. I could use guidelines to help me, but I... Adding guidelines in Clip Studio is kind of a hassle, I'm not gonna lie. I wish it worked like Procreate, where it's just like, it gives you a grid, and it just, every line that you draw follows that grid. But for Clip Studio, you put down one line and it has to follow that line. Very annoying. You know what? I think that's fine. I don't think it's that accurate, but we'll roll with it. Let's see. If we split it, it opens this. Wait. I did that wrong. Okay, like this. There we go. And then it splits halfway this way. Again, we're eyeballing this shit, so. Okay, that's not accurate. God damn it. Is that the center? Maybe we shouldn't do that one yet, because there's these straps that go off or that come out in the front. Like this. There we go. I actually didn't... Well, if it's straight or not, I have no idea. Reroll. Hey, alright. That doesn't look too bad. I'm trying to see what it says. There's like this mark or something on her bag, and I can't exactly read what it says. It says open something something to SE or something like that, and then there's a symbol in the middle. I wonder if that has to do with anything. Like story-wise, I wonder. Okay, also, how are we gonna do this? There's like these little tiny buckles that she has on these little straps. I don't think we have enough room to fully draw them out. We'll see. I always say that, and then I end up doing it anyway. Yeah, that Japanese ad was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. On the Discord earlier, I was talking about how I had gotten an ad for this family rental service, and the whole ad was in English. And also, the face of the ad was Brendan Fraser. Very weird, and I'm pretty sure it's real. But oh my god, this is gonna make me sound crazy. But when I tried to go find it on TikTok again, I couldn't find it. And when I tried to look it up, like on YouTube or something, I also couldn't find it. So I wonder if I legitimately saw it. That's why I took a screenshot of it so that I could have like legitimate proof that this fucking ad with Brendan Fraser was a thing. And it was, but I just can't find it anymore. But it was crazy. I really wanna find it and show it off because it's crazy. It starts off with this woman and she's like a narration, and she's like, "Do you ever feel lonely?" And I'm like, So you can order a family for a day. It's like, yeah. So in Japan, they have these little services where you can rent like people to help you. So the most popular one that everyone knows about is rent a boyfriend / girlfriend, right? Like where you can rent a person to be your partner and you hang out with them and do like kind of wholesome vanilla things, you know? So that's like one of them. But another one that you can do is rent a family. So you basically have like, I don't know, like can eat dinner with like your family. I don't know what you would do specifically. But yeah, that ad came to me and I was like, all right, why am I on your target audience? What are you saying about me? What do you think about me? What are you assuming from the content that I watch, that I am lonely and need I need to rent a family? Like what? Like what? I'm not in Japan. The ad was in English, so it's like for foreigners, I assume. I was just like, what the fuck? But it was so interesting. And it wasn't, I swear to God, it wasn't AI. I didn't think, like, at all that it was, or I didn't have that on my mind, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think it was a real ad. And Brendan Fraser is which is also another sad thing. Like, why is Brendan Fraser the spokesperson for this, or the face of this rental service? Is he lonely? Like, is he the perfect person to be using the service? Like, what? So you have something for old people to make them feel better, but maybe your TikTok thinks you need less money in your bank account. I do not need less money in my bank account. Or maybe it just thinks, I don't know, like anyone can rent a family, right? So imagine like you work overseas or something and maybe you need a family, you know? But I don't need that. I think even if I did live in Japan, I would not need that. Like I don't know. Maybe the most I would do is like rent a pet, which is also a very common thing in Japan, but otherwise it's like I'm fine. I'm Gucci. I don't need that. I think it would be kind of funny to rent a boyfriend though. That would be kind of cool. I don't know what we would do. I don't know. I just like take him shopping or something and have him hold my bags and have someone to talk to, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I was I was laughing. I was like, "What is this? This ad?" I just go make friends, lol. Yeah, I think that's like the easiest solution to loneliness. Just go make friends. I don't know. I guess like if you live in a new place, it might be kind of hard. I see that. I can see that. But I just laughed and I can't find it anymore. I maybe I had to look a little harder, but I couldn't find it. Speaking of AI, have you guys I'm so disappointed myself, but that I have fallen for this. But there is this TikTok or no, this AI video coming out that's been circling where it's this bear jumping on a trampoline. Have you guys seen that? It's I am sad to say that I fell for it. I didn't do anything. I didn't send it to anyone being like, "Oh my god, look, it's a bear jumping on a trampoline." But when it came out, it was AI. I was like, "Oh shit." Oh no. Now I'm falling for it. It's getting AI is getting so good that I can't even tell anymore. And I'm just disappointed in myself. There's another video of that same like where it's bunnies jumping on a trampoline. Now like that came after the bear, right? So I learned like fool me once, shame on you, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, you know? But that also looks kind of realistic. It's crazy. It's insane. So that's so that's why in the Discord when people were like, "Hey, that might be the Brendan Fraser thing might be AI." I was like, "You know what? It might be, but I don't think so." The bear one, yeah, the bear one's crazy. It's literally it looks like ring camera footage or security camera footage of someone's backyard and the bear jumping on a trampoline and it looks really realistic. I have to, kind of give credit where credit's due. I think if you're kind of looking, like if you're on, okay, so the ball's the giveaway, right? But that's only if you're looking really hard. If you're sort of glancing or scrolling on TikTok, like I was, and you kind of see a glimpse of it before, scrolling away, then it looks realistic. Which that's what majority of people are looking at it as. So that's why, that's how it got me. I can't believe it. The AI is getting crazy. It's not good. It's not a good thing, but at the same time, it's still, it's still got a long way to go, which I am just gonna, what you call, hope for. Yeah, but the bear one is crazy. I was like, oh, if friend shaped, why dangerous? Like he was just so cute. I should get those AI videos of a monkey vlogging the forest. I get the Bigfoot ones, which are kind of funny, where it's really like Bigfoot or Sasquatch like vlogging his hikes in the forest or something like that. I think if it's like that, then alright, AI is it's not alright, but it's not as bad as just like you stealing. This is a fun thing. So like there are AI videos of mukbangers eating lava, right? And that actually sparked up a new trend in the mukbang community. So they literally made it in real life. Like they recreated it in real life. They just microwaved, I don't know, red gummies and put like charred marshmallows on top to make it look like lava. And I'm like, that's kind of the proper way to use AI, where it inspires like human made content to like give you ideas. Not like none of the stealing bullshit. That's not right. But I thought that was cool. I was like, hey, it's sparking ideas. That's great. This new trend of mukbangs where we're eating, I don't know, lava. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think it's a little uneven, but who's gonna say otherwise? Who's gonna point that out? There's like these little embossed like little details in her suitcase, but I don't think I can fully put that into the suitcase, which is a little sad. I got a video of Nikki sitting in a volcano calling it a hot spring and felt terrible that Abby recommended to me. That's also how I feel too when it recommends me AI. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you know who you're showing this content to? Like why am I watching this? I don't want to be the one encouraging this. Nicki who? Like Nicki Minaj? Because that would kind of be funny. I would honestly kind of laugh if it was like Nicki Minaj in a hot tub or sitting in a volcano. Okay, this might be a line art thing that we're gonna have to paint in because I don't think I can outline this entire thing. It was Nicki Minaj. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so. I actually really like the idea of that. Hey y'all, like just her like coming in like, hey y'all, it's jacuzzi time or whatever, just sitting in a volcano. Oh, that's funny. Or I don't know, she's like singing like super bass in a volcano. That's really good. That's funny. That's silly. That's kind of silly content. Did it look believable? Did you believe that Nicki Minaj was in a bathtub or not in a bathtub, in a volcano? Oh, that looks rough. I did not do that correctly. That is a little messed up looking. Gah, I want boba. I did this. She was Ashy would have just been soup. So no. Yeah, good point. I mean, those people eating lava. I don't know. It took a little minute for it to really like sink in. You know, because they had it like in a bowl or whatever. And I've seen people where they literally have lava and it's in a little metal container. So I was like, all right, that's plausible. And then all of a sudden they start eating it, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is fake. You got me. That's fake. But I know better. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong goddamn button. I am not being very efficient today. Hey, alright. Oh wait, but it's a little... What the fuck is uneven? How'd I do that? Is that better? Yeah, good enough. I need to play Genshin later today. Every time I get some free time, I'm like, all right, I gotta do my Zenless dailies, and then we'll spend some time doing quests in Genshin. And then I end up like getting distracted in Zenless because it's like, oh, new events. Oh, you got these, you got Cheesetopia to work on and all these commissions. I'm like, oh, and then I'll end up just being too tired to play Genshin afterwards. So I need to grind in that game. So I had to physically remind myself or forcefully remind myself to play. The sad part is like the most of the quests that I need to do, I can't do in co-op mode because I feel like that'd be much more fun. But for some reason, it doesn't allow me to. Co-op kind of, not gonna lie, kind of sucks in Genshin. You can't do that much. I'll be like, hey, I need to talk to this person, and then it's like, oh, you can't talk to them in co-op mode. And I'm like, why? They're right there. I'm looking at them, and they're like, you can't. They're nervous around your friend. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, what? That's not fun. That's not fair. All right, briefcase done. That looks pretty good. Can I delete my guides now? Because that's taking a lot of layers that I don't want. I think she's good to go. I think we can start outlining. I think so. Ugh, my neck kind of hurts all of a sudden. Why? Yeah, I think, yeah, Nicole is good to go. Our broke girl is ready to be drawn out. Let me check something real quick. We would kind of see a detail where her, what you call, oh, coming down like that. Oh, wait, that doesn't, oh, shit. Okay, we can barely see that. All right, we're not gonna draw that. She has like a lace thing on the sides of her sleeves, but you can't really see it. Might nap. The people, you guys who nap, I'm kind of jealous of. I wish I could nap, but I fucking hate taking naps. Every time I wake up from a nap, I just get like, I'm just like groggy, and I wake up more tired than anything. I just find it fun and walk around and explore with friends if they ever played. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like I'm kind of at a point where okay, so I could technically just do like grindy stuff with friends and stuff, but it's like I have all these quests to finish, and it would be nice to just get that out of the way. Anyway, we can group these together. There we go. I always like to put my layer at very low opacity so that I can so that I'm not easily influenced by the sketch. And I can just freely outline. Damn, I haven't done this in a while. Are we at 0.3? I think 0.3 is the line art that we use. Luckily for me, I put a note for myself with Yowie Man. Ah, yeah, 0.3. That's the size. That's the size. You up at 6 a.m.? Dang. That's rough. Waking up, I can never wake up early. I am not a morning person. Yeah, I should also save my work. That's a good one. Control S, save. I'm also gonna drink water while I'm here too. There's all sorts of stuff wrong with me today. There's something in my eye. My eye is like itchy, but if I touch it, then the worse it's gonna be. So I had to sort of control myself and not touch my eye. Okay. Back to work. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna start with. Maybe the eyes. I usually do the face. Okay. Anyway, I could do like grindy stuff, but the one thing that also bothers me about Genshin is that sometimes the material that you need to like upgrade or, to level up a character isn't available because it's only available on particular days of the week. Which annoys me because I'm like, I don't have the time to plan out when to play Genshin. Like, what am I gonna do? Put it on my calendar? Put on my calendar like, hey, this domain has this open on this day. No, that's too much work. But I maybe I should. I don't know. Fucking God. Feels funny knowing I got off work like an hour ago, not watching you work for entertainment. Yeah, my suffering is entertainment. That whatever floats your boat. I can't believe I'm okay. Technically, this is not like the first thing I'm working on. Like, can you imagine if every day you started to work at 3 p.m.? I know there are jobs like that, but that seems very unusual. Very what do you call? What is that word? Oh my God, what is that word? I just learned it. Anyway, like it seems weird, right? But that's not true. Technically, my work starts at 9 because I try to draw all my Hot Guy July prompts before 12 so I can attempt to post them at 12 on TikTok, but that doesn't always carry through. Because half the time I'm like, I take too long to sketch or something happens where I just don't feel like drawing that early. Okay, anyway, looking good. Nicole. Okay, what do we draw next? Maybe her hand? I don't know. Yeah, that is funny that some people come on here like from work and then they're like, "Up, time to watch someone else do their work." I mean, if I was an artist and I did office work and I streamed it, would people be interested? Would that have the same effect or no? Like, what if it was just the same, like me talking with BTS in the background, but instead of me drawing, it was like me doing, I don't know, spreadsheets or calculations or something. Will that still be just as interesting? Yeah, it would be. That's funny. That would be funny, just me doing spreadsheets. I don't know. I think there's like an appeal to watching people do art, right? It's sort of satisfying to see like the start to end and the product is, appease like aesthetically pleasing to look at. So that's why I brought that up. But yeah, I think like the person doing the work also has an effect on that. Like if my voice was like super annoying, I don't think people would come. I don't think people would watch. Okay. Anyway, every time, okay, I think I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. I zoom out every time I do or I finish a line so that I can see what it looks like from afar, just to see like overall, like how does it look? Because when you're looking at it like really zoomed up, you sort of get lost in that. Anyway, now we can do the face now because I did this. Sorry, Masa, loving the spreadsheets, but the voices may gotta go. Yeah. Like, I guess I gotta be thankful that my voice isn't. Well, I think it's annoying, but others say otherwise. Gotta be glad for my vocal cords, I guess. There we go. Okay. A, very cute. I was doing some sketching last night of just my original characters, and it made me realize that I don't remember how to draw normally. Like, I don't know, like, I can't draw from my brain anymore, and I have to sort of study. I had to study my own art style just to be like, how did I draw like I used to again? Because I was drawing Namito, who's like not particularly like a super like manly man, right? And I was like, oh, I don't remember how to draw that anymore. How do I make him cute? I can either draw chibis or hot guys. There's like no in between. I think after Hawkeye July, we're gonna have to do some what is it, relapsing a little, but not relapsing. The relapsing isn't the right word, but we kind of have to go back and figure out how I used to draw. Well, not the deep end of just drawing chibis. I mean, that was my art for a little bit of time, just drawing chibis. Now that I think about it, when we were like just drawing chibi after chibi, I think that did also affect my art style a little bit. Art styles are so funny because I also think that art styles are influenced by the media you watch too. Because this is for, like, I noticed this, but when in college I was watching more Western media, my style was a lot more cartoony rather than anime-ish. I guess that's like for, I don't have a better way to describe it, so I'll just say it that way. But then after college, when I was getting back into watching that stuff, then it started gradually getting back into that. So our styles are just kind of funny. When people ask me, like, how do you find it? I'm like, I don't know. Mine changes all the time. It's like this ever-evolving thing. And then sometimes I, like, find an artist that I like, and I steal little bits from their art style. So it's like, I don't know how to answer. It just evolves. It's just like this thing, this being. Okay, looking good, looking good. We'll add line weight later. Whatever catches your attention during that time. Yeah, basically. When people ask me, no one's ever asked me this, so I don't know why I'm wording it like this. But if anyone were to ever ask me as a professional artist, like how to find their art style, I would just say, I don't know, study your favorite artists and see how they draw things, and add your own flair to it. I don't know if I want to give her pupils right now because every time I add pupils with just line art, it stares into my soul and it like scares me. It creeps me out a little bit. So that's something we're gonna leave till the end. All right. Wait, they're a little uneven. They've seen what you've done behind the monitor, like staring at too much K-pop stars. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have been watching a lot of K-pop content, but it's just like one particular group. Hold on. Oh yeah, like they know my secrets? Yeah, exactly. I misread that. Yeah, like my drawings know my own secrets and I can't be having that. This is okay. Be delicate, be cute. I'm trying to give her like little chunky eyelashes. Who are your guys' favorite Zenless characters? Because I'm kind of curious. Like if when these, what do you call, charms ever go out, right? I kind of want to know who's going to be the most popular. It might be even. I'll give it that, but I am a little curious. Like, I have a bad feeling that the Anton ones aren't going to be hot sellers. But I love Anton. I like Anton. I know for sure the Haramasas are gonna be kind of popular. Oh, the Miyabis though. There we go. That's better. I try to make it so that the bottom eyelid connects with the top eyelid. It helps me better when it comes to coloring. Your favorite is Rina? Rina's a good one. I finished her agent story a little bit ago, and I actually really liked hers. I didn't learn too much about her personally, but just hanging out with her was really cool. And I don't know, she's just very dedicated to her job. Oh, you do kind of, I lie, you do learn a little bit about her, like her personal life, which is also cool, but not, not too, you know, like a good amount, but it could have been more. But they're just very sweet. I just love the Victoria housekeeping period. I love those characters so much. But this is gonna be a hot take, but actually I shouldn't say this. Every time I say this, my mind immediately changes after doing their agent stories. But Ellen is kind of my least favorite. I don't have, not that I hate her or anything, but just like after Rena, Lycone, and Corin, Ellen just ends up being the the fourth place winner. But that does not mean that I hate her. It's just that Corin is number one. Lycone, like more like Lycone and Corin are fighting for first place. Then it's, I think Rena and Ellen are fighting for second place because I hate Rena's kit so much. I don't like her kit. I don't know how to properly play her, and it's very annoying. Okay. Oh, I didn't check this if she was even on both angles. That's important. Oh, yeah, then we have to figure out what expression we're going to give her on side B. I forgot about that. I forgot that that's kind of the thing that I was trying to do. Her eyebrows are a little uneven. Like they should be right here. There we go. Oh, it's tough when he gets skill checked. Yeah, I really don't know how to properly use her, and it makes me feel bad. And I'm still stuck on that one commission where I have to fight like the clone version of Jane Doe. It's very annoying. And I'm still trying to build up Billy. The biggest thing that I'm having problems with is trying to level him up because he just don't have the materials. Maybe if I use more battery or like energy to grind, but I don't really do that. I just use the ones that I get allotted daily, and then when I run out, I'm like, oh, I can't play Zenless anymore. Okay, move on. Or I go do something else in Zenless. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. We'll do her hair on a different layer to help me out so I can be a little more free. I'm a little worried for when we get into drawing Lycone because I am not a furry artist by any means. And that guy, he is all furry. At least with Pulchra, her face is covered, so I don't have to learn how to draw like a muzzle or like a snout. But Lycone's that's gonna be a fun challenge when we get to him. God, his agent story is like one of the best. I feel like his agent story is just very strong. I think about it all the time. Every time I think of Lycone, I think about his agent story, and I'm like, damn, that was really good. I shouldn't say anything yet until we get to Haramasa's agent story, because I heard that it's pretty good. I based off the what if, an agent story is good when it has one good cutscene animation at the end of them, and if you learn more about the agent themselves, because that's the whole point of agent stories. You get like closer, you get more information on each agent. I feel like Kaleda's is like kind of the weakest ones because when you don't get an animation, you don't get a cutscene with her, and you don't really learn much about her. Chingy's is like also down there too, because again, same thing. At least she got a end animation or a cutscene animation, but meh. It was fun though. I could say that. Okay, so far so good. For someone who hasn't lined anything in like a hot minute, like I'm doing pretty good. Although I do feel like my wrist kind of clicking, so it's like, oh, I'm not used to this anymore. Does that count as an agent story? I think that's like an extra little chapter when you meet Jane, because agent stories are like the little like the TV in the storage room at random play. You can that's how you get access to them, and you meet. It is cool when you meet characters through agent stories only. Although I don't know how that exactly like translates story wise, because you meet Soldier 11 through an agent story, and then you end up meeting other agents too. I don't know. I love that. I love that part of the game. I think it's very, very cool. I just like, I just like, learning more about these characters. Is stored in the TV after you finish it? Oh, is it stored in the TV after you finish it? Isn't that how you I don't know. Actually, yeah. I see how that could happen. But I'm pretty sure that that's the one where you meet Jane. That is part of like a chapter. That's like a part of the main story. Agent stories are separate, which is cool. You get extra little bits. I do appreciate the effort that MiHoYo puts into Zenless. Like, if you really think about it, they didn't have to do this or, give little extra stuff, but it's nice. Okay, that looks a little funky. Not totally liking that. God, there's some projects that I have not touched in a little bit that I should be getting back to. Yeah, I should be getting back into those. I remember that I was working on like Love and Deep Space Charms off stream, and I got one down, and then I'm like halfway through another one, but I just I don't know why I'm like procrastinating on it. I think it's just because the design of the character is just kind of complicated, so I'm like procrastinating a little bit, not like touching it at all, but I should really finish those up. It's really a game built with passion. Ah, yes, passion for a multitude of different things. That's all I can say. Because have you guys, I think I talked about this a little bit ago, but I'll bring it up again. Have you guys seen the new leaks for the new Zenless characters coming out next? Not the next banner, but I think it's the one after it. It's the additions to the Old Ball Squad. Not, I mean, okay, I've said this, but I like Orphe and Magus. They're very cool. But Seed, yeah, Seed! Oh my god. Oh, Seed, facepalm, cringe. It's like, ooh, I can't think about. That's a rough teaser to watch. Like, kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. But I'm just not the audience for it. That's the thing, right? Oof, yeah, rough. Seed. It's ugh. I'm the audience for it. yeah. Uh-huh. It's not made for me, is it? That's the one thing that I wish like all MiHoYo games would do is just have more, I don't know, put more for the other, percentage of the audience. I watched a TikTok the other day where it was showing like how many female characters were in a region versus the male characters. So it's like, let me think. Was it? I think Mondstadt. There's like 12 female characters, but there's only 5 male or something like that. And it's like that's not fair, and it goes the same for every other region too. It's not fair. That's not fair. Where are my husbandos at? Hey, all right. I would fix this a little bit. That needs a smoother transaction. Transaction? What's wrong with me? Transition. What the? My brain is just somewhere else today. It can't line and talk at the same time. Either I have smooth line art or my sentences are coherent. There's no in between. I also want more male characters, but sadly, none of the male characters out besides Zhongli do I like. I don't have that many. I think Traveler and Zhongli. Oh no, I have Auron. But and Bennett. Okay, so I do have a little bit. I have a little bit of male characters, but not a ton. That's why I'm so happy. Oh, wait. Yeah, out of the not cry characters, there's only two of them are male. at least I can have that. At least I have that. I don't even think. Well, okay, so what? Zenless has like a little bit of a smaller cast, so I can't say whether or not they do a better job there. Because I don't think it is. I still think the ratio is just as bad. Because that's just the audience that MiHoYo wants to tap into, I guess. And you can't blame them, but I'm begging, please, more husband characters, please. I love the song. The song is so good. Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks good. I was gonna say, do I want to keep that little break into the hair? Yeah, I think we will. I think it looks fine. I don't know if I want to keep that. I was trying to be creative and unique, but I was like, not that cute. Oh, come on, the stupid line. There we go. Okay. Maybe I can just force the transition. There we go. Okay, a little bit of a tangent happening. I don't like that. Maybe we can just grab this. Whoops. Grab this and shrink these. There you go. And does that fix the problem? Yeah, kind of. There we go. Okay, whatever. We roll with it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm watching, or not rewatching, but I am. What is it? God damn it! I'm watching Haikyuu again. I haven't finished it. At all, so I think I only finished. Okay, if I remember correctly, I only finished season 1 before I took like a very long break. Maybe like college happened. I don't remember, and I haven't watched it like since. So I was like, I don't remember anything. We gotta rewatch the whole thing. And I'm having a great time. I forgot how like funny Haiku is. Some parts of it I'm kind of like it's a little like corny, because there's always this talk about, not giving up and stuff like that. And that's like a big theme and whatnot. But I don't know. It doesn't like Skate 8 does a really good job at forcing that message without it being really corny. But hey, at least Haikyuu is funny. I love seeing this. So I get a lot of like yaoi recommendations or BL recommendations on TikTok, and I love seeing Haikyuu on one of those. And it's like, that's technically not a that's not a BL, but all right, sure. And they'll also put Skate the Infinity on there, and I'm like, okay. I mean, as I've said, and you guys can quote me on this, I've always said this: all sports anime are BL, but not all BL are sports animes. Oh Lord, I forgot almost everything. Watched it in like 2018. Isn't there like didn't a movie come out kind of recently? Like there's 4 seasons, right? And isn't there like a movie? I can't remember. That's why I was like, I think I need to catch up, because I know that something just came out about it, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm having a great time. Was it last year? So what is? I need to look up like the order in which you watch Haikyuu in, because I'm pretty sure there's like season 1, season 2. Like, do you watch all the seasons and then the movie, or is there another thing in between? Like, what has come out? Like, what has Haiku come out with? I need to look that up because I want to watch it properly. I'm kind of curious, like, how the timeline of Haiku really works, because there's a lot of talk about how the third years can't play anymore after this year because they graduate and go to college. So I'm like, does that mean that the whole show is in the span of a whole year? Which is crazy to think about. Like, is that how it works? Or that has to be it, right? Unless they play in college, but I don't believe it does. Yeah, I really need to like brush up on that. That's kind of important information. I would think the movie is last. Maybe because Demon Slayer, right? That's how I think the new thing is that there are movies that act as like a season or something like that. Because like that's what Demon Slayer did with the Mugen Train arc, and that's what it's also doing with the last arc with the Infinity Castle. So that's why I'm kind of like, what is the order? If there is any, or if it's obvious. Danny too. Danny has also taken that trend of making a season into an anime or to a movie. Which that reminds me, I think Netflix has now caught up on the movie, and now it's starting to produce new episodes for season 2. So I gotta catch up on that. So many things to watch, so many things to read. Like, I really want to watch the summer that Hikaru died, but I feel like maybe I should also read the manga. People who both watch anime and read manga, which ends up happening first? Do you guys read the manga first and then watch the anime, or do you watch the anime and then end up reading the manga? Every time I hear Dan, I immediately just think of the opening song, just sing it. They changed the opening, I think, for the second season, which is sad. I feel like it doesn't have the same vibe. I don't know. I don't think anything can be like the first opening. That song won awards. I think it won like best anime opening of the year, but again, I don't know the validity of those awards because they're hosted by Crunchyroll. I'm pretty sure it won other awards outside of the U.S. too, but the one that I remember, I'm not sure if I can really count it. But you know, I'll say it. Best anime opening of the year. I think as like a anime watcher and more anime watcher than manga reader, I end up watching the anime first and then read the manga because then I just get kind of impatient, I guess is what you can say. But I have a friend who is always like, "Oh, I heard about this anime. I read the manga for it." Like always, every time there's like a new anime, she's like, "Oh, this one's so good. I read it." I was like, "What? How do you have the time to read all these?" Wow, we're already like an hour and 34 minutes in, and we're not. We're just now getting into line art. I read the manga and then the anime a year later, so I can forget what happens and just get caught up on it. That makes sense. sometimes I've said this before, where it's like the anime kind of doesn't do the manga justice. Like the first season of Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun, the budget on the animation was not good, so it doesn't. That did not give it justice. So that's like the one anime I'm like, guys, read the manga, please. Please read the manga for that one. Like you have to, or else you're doing it dirty at this point. But otherwise, it's like, I don't know, whatever comes to me. I don't know. No rule or anything, but yeah, how do we even get onto this conversation? I can't even remember. Oh, I forgot. Oh, we have to do the rest of her hair. Oh, I think I did this because, or I started working on her body because the hair interacts with it. So it's easier to finish one over the other. That is true. That is true too. Sometimes when anime comes out, they cut a little bit of stuff from the manga too. So it's like, yeah, which one do you watch first, if anything? Like, do any of you look at a new anime that's coming out and decide, oh, I'm gonna go read the manga instead? I mean, I think sometimes they do a good job of adapting like one to one, right? But not all the time. Recently, I heard that Demon Slayer is actually too good of keeping it one to one with the manga, because someone pointed out that in manga they tend to repeat things that have just happened. So one of the examples was when you first meet Giyu in the first episode, where Tanjiro throws the axe at Giyu's head, and then in like a second later he explains what just happened via dialogue. And someone explained that only happened, that's a manga thing, because you kind of had to explain that because sometimes visual images can't carry it through clearly. So because Tanjiro says that, it's kind of a clear indication that it's very close to the manga in almost like a bad way. And I thought that was interesting. I just thought that was interesting. I should get into reading more manga, because as someone who wants to like write their own manga, it would do me some good to just study that. Because one thing that I struggle with in my brain is how scenes get translated from anime to manga. Like how do panels look versus like the animation itself? Because I can visualize it in my head as an anime, but I can't visualize it as manga panels. So that's something I'm gonna have to look at. Just have to read more, I think. That's just that's my excuse to start reading more manga, just to slack off and read more. Technically not slacking off. No. This is work, right? So I can't call it slacking off. It's research. Sometimes I watch the anime just because I had trouble understanding what happened in the manga. Like there's just one arc in Totally about Hanako-kun where I'm like, why? What the fuck is happening? Why is this happening? And I'm just sort of waiting for the anime to catch up so I can just have them explain it to me verbally, because I can't understand it via reading. They mostly take key panels and show. Yeah, I get that, but it's like, what is considered important at this point? It's like would I show like different panels moving to the certain scene, or I don't know. It's hard to explain. For some reason, my mind just can't wrap around it, and maybe I just have to sort of studying like that media might help me. But for now, it's like I can't wrap my brain around it for some reason. Depends on the budget. Yeah, that's also true. Sometimes there are these videos where it compares the manga panels to the animation, and that also really helps me. But those videos are kind of rare and few. Because seeing, like, them side by side kind of helps me see, like, oh, what was important versus what was added. Yeah, I just have to read more and just study a little more. Maybe, like, actually, I don't know, watch, like, tutorials on it or something. But I'm not even on there yet. I have been thinking about getting back into working on, like, my personal, like, graphic novel slash webtoon slash manga kind of thing. I worked on it pretty diligently a couple months ago, but then I took a break from it because I was like, oh, I'm broke. I kind of need a way to earn money. All right, let's work on that first, and then we can get back to, like, the personal stuff. But I'm kind of like, well, this me trying to make money via my art might take a while, so you might as well just try and do both at the same time. So I'm trying to get back into that. But I'm not even there yet. I had something written, like, on paper or, like, in text, right? As, like, a story, like, formal, like, kind of formal stuff, but nothing drawn out or sketched out. And then I reread it recently and was like, this doesn't make sense. I think we're gonna have to rewrite. We're gonna have to rewrite a little bit. So I'm not even into the drawing stuff yet, but I'm just sort of thinking ahead. Yeah, what the fuck is this Bangbu's name? I keep saying that it's like a billion or something, and I'm pretty sure that is the name of this Bangbu. Hold on, I'm actually really curious now. Zenless, Nicole, Bangbu. Oh, Army, if you're still here, I was playing Zenless last night, and there's this new event where they added TFT. They literally have their own version of TFT in Zenless now, and it's crazy. It's called a million. I knew it. Her Bangbu partner is called a million. I love the Bangbu and how they all have their own personalities. Like, it is kind of weird that they talk. It makes it feel like it's not just like this little thing that you can throw around anymore. It has feelings. Zenless TFT. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, it's like a very simplified version of TFT, but it's to the point where I understand exactly how to play and how to, group things around and how to strategize, basically. It's not like to the full extent of TFT, but yeah, very, very simplified. And I was having a blast. I was like, hang on. Muscle memory. That reminds me, like, what is going on in TFT right now? I haven't played in a hot minute. I used to play pretty diligently to the point where I was gold. But that was a past event, and then I got mad. Because the RNG was not in my favor. The Riot Gods were not happy with me. They were punishing me, and I hated it, so I stopped playing. And then I haven't been back since. I made its legs too long. We gotta make it a little stubbier. There we go. Cute, chunky legs. What is this BTS song that they're playing? What is this? Wait, where are we? We're at like the hour 45-minute. Ah, it's this song. I see. God, some of these BTS playlists are kind of hit or miss. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they play like the most common songs ever known to BTS fans, and then they'll play like the most obscure shit, and I'm like, okay, there's no middle ground. What happened to just playing, I don't know, like non-main tracks? Just play like every song on the album. I am like this close to changing the playlist. I am this close to choosing a different BTS playlist because this is just a kind of a weird, out of pocket pick. Like out of all the BTS songs, you chose this one. All right. There we go. All right, looking good, Nicole. For every time they cook, someone gotta pull out some trash. It's not trash. It's just a weird pick. Like out of all the songs, you chose like the really obscure track that they were a part of. Like I could think of like many other songs that they could have put on this playlist, and this would not be it. Very weird. Maybe I should start making my own BTS playlist to play on here, but why do that when someone else has done it for me, you know? Like why put in the work if someone else has done it already? At like not as much effort, but still, you know. I think I made her hand a little too big, but I can't see. Oh my god, drawing circles freehand is really difficult. Anyone here really into Avatar? Like the, you know, the blue people? I mean, we could also talk about Avatar, like The Last Airbender, but anyone into Avatar, like Pandora? Because I actually really like those movies, and they just released a trailer for the third movie that's coming out in December. So Avatar Ash and Fire is coming out, and I'm really interested. I don't know. I just really like the world building and the, yeah, just like the different people or the different like species of this like alien world. I thought like the first movie was interesting until the second movie came out and it explored the people of the Mekaina, which is like the people who live in the ocean and stuff like that. And just seeing the biological differences really told me how much effort the director put into it, because these are like actual like biological things that would happen like if you're, I don't know, if you're a species that live mostly in water. And that just made me so interested in the universe itself. The second movie was such an expansion for the universe. I know, yeah. So that's why I love that. Like I think like what James Cameron just put so much effort into that stuff, and I'm really interested to see the people, the new species that they're introducing. So in the second or in the third movie, it's leaked that we are going to meet a more nomad. We're meeting two different people or two new tribes. There's this nomadic sort of like air tribe where they travel around in these beautiful like air, like what do you call it, air vehicles that are transported via like creatures, which is really cool. They're a nomadic species. And then they're introducing like like a whole 180 species where it's people who don't believe in the god of the world, or you know, they don't believe in the nature of this world, and they're just like chaotic and violent. And it's just like this really cool 180, and I'm excited to see that. Very excited. I love the Avatar universe. I think I was too young when the first movie came out. So when the second movie came out 10 years later, I was old enough to be like, wow, these are great. And the animation too, just really good. I recommend seeing the second one. It is such a, like we said in chat, a very big expansion on the universe. I've seen people on the internet who are crazy about the Avatar universe to the point where they have studied the language that the Navi people use, and I'm like, I'm not that big of a fan. That's kind of not obsessive, but that's like hardcore, That is, I am not to that level, but I do appreciate these films. And the story is great too. Anyway, very excited for the third movie to come out, and it's coming out in December, which is which is a lot sooner than the time. What is it? Okay, let me reword this. The time in between the second movie and the third movie is a lot shorter than what we got from the first movie to the second movie, for sure. And maybe that's just like a technology thing, but I'm excited. I did not expect for us to get it in December. I was like, 10 years from now, that's when the third Avatar is gonna come out. But no, we're blessed. We're spoiled. We are spoiled. It's taking me forever just to outline this one goddamn bamboo. It's not even the real bamboo. It's a plushy version of it. I don't know. Movies are, speaking of Avatar, Pixar is releasing this new film that I'm kind of excited about, and they reference Avatar because the movie itself is called Hopper. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but basically it's about, I don't know what it's fully about, but it involves animal robots and channeling your soul or yourself into the robot so that you can communicate with animals. And they literally reference it. They're like, oh, it's like Avatar. And they're like, no, 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 it's not like Avatar. And it's like, yeah, it's exactly like Avatar. So the movie itself is making a joke about that. But the premise does seem interesting. And the art style is really cute. Definitely a nice change from the animated movies that we've been getting recently. And I bring that up. I bring up something that I'm excited about because I'm going to combat it with something that I'm not excited to see, and that's the Cat in the Hat movie, which I didn't know that they were making, and I don't know why they're making it, but they're making an animated Cat in the Hat movie where Bill Hader is the Cat in the Hat, and they develop this universe where there's this, I don't know, society of just animals that are accompanied with an item that rhymes with them. And I don't know what they do. I don't know what their fucking job is. Something about imagination, but I'm like, this is really dumb. This is kind of stupid. Like animated movies lately have been either going like really uphill with, K-pop Demon Hunters and stuff, or really downhill. There's kind of no in between. And honestly, I'm just kind of here to watch and see what happens. Oops, I didn't mean to undo that. There we go. Okay, Bang Boo, done. Her briefcase is kind of funky. I did not draw this handle correctly. Yeah, I didn't draw this right at all. God damn it. Drawing technical stuff is really difficult, guys. There we go. Okay. Okay, better. Not fully. Oh yeah, wait a minute. This is weird. I didn't draw this correctly at all. You have to follow the angles. There. Okay, there. I figured it out. My brain is finally working. There you go. Well, that's still a little... Uh... uh... Yeah, that's... Okay, that's better. That's the best we can do. As long as we do our best, that is fine. See, and this is still wrong too. It's supposed to be parallel. There we go. Okay. Yay. Yeah, I think when Hawkeye July ends, I'm gonna be a little more focused on my original characters because I feel like I have been kind of neglecting them a little bit. I mean, I'm already making good or giving them attention by redesigning them, which is good. But then after that, I just want to make more effort in drawing them, period. Because I used to do that more often. In fact, that would be like the only thing I would draw when I was like middle school, stuff like that. But I've lost that. I have lost that. I've lost that whimsy, that wonder, that joy, the joy of drawing your OCs in little, this period. I was going to say like in little scenarios, but just drawing them, period. I miss that. Something's wrong with me today. There's something in the air or something where I'm like sneezing, my nose is itchy, my eye is itchy, but that's gone away, so good. You guys remember my little Tamagotchi that I bought? My BTS Tamagotchi? I feel so bad for it because I don't give it as much attention as I used to. But something that I've noticed, and I don't know if this is... this feels like irony a little bit. But, so... the Tamagotchi has a happiness meter, right? And you can basically... you can fill it up by either playing games with it or, giving it food and... whatever. But you could also fill it just by feeding it desserts. And there's no limit to how many desserts you can feed it, which makes me really sad. I'm like, what does that say about parenting? What is that? Like, what are you saying? So you can literally just give them like endless sugar and they'll stop bothering you, which makes me so sad. I need to start making an effort and hang out with my little Tamagotchi more often. But it's hard, alright? I'm busy. I'm not like a little kid who doesn't have any time to do anything else, or who has the time to do everything. Unfortunately, I am an adult and I do not have the time. Okay, honey, eat your ice cream and leave mommy alone. Leave mommy to watch her YouTube and, listen to her K-pop. That's what it feels like. Well, okay, it's not ice cream, it's just donuts. You can only feed them one dessert. I feel so bad for it, but at the same time, it's like, I just really don't have the patience right now. At least I had kept it alive, alright? Like, I could have honestly just had let it die at this point, but I genuinely feel bad for it. The thought of doing that genuinely makes me really sad, even though it's not real, but that makes me sad. Mommy needs to watch her yaoi. Yeah, in peace. Mommy's downtime. Yeah, I was talking about earlier too that yesterday or last night I watched Summer Wars because it was back in theaters. And I need to know because people have joined in a little more if people have seen Summer Wars. Because if not, you need to watch Summer Wars. I think, yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I totally recommend it. Very good movie. Something that I also didn't mention is that, like, other than having like good story, good artwork, and stuff like that, and having like a really prevalent, timeless message or lesson, is that the sound design is also very good. I had forgotten that there's this one particular sound that happens when the villain or antagonist activates a certain what you call like ability, and the sound it makes is just it chills you. It like it rocks in your chest and it chills your bones. It's very good sound design. So you guys ever need another reason to watch Summer Wars? There you go. You know, I don't even know how to explain what Summer Wars is about without whether knowing whether or not these are spoilers or not. Hold up, let me look it up. Summer Wars synopsis. Okay, so there's like okay, this is what the internet says. A young math genius solves a complex equation and inadvertently puts a virtual world's artificial intelligence in a position to destroy Earth. I feel like we kind of skip a lot, but sure, yeah, that's what the movie is about. Sure. Yeah, I guess you can kind of say that that's what it's about. But there's so much more to that. That's funny. Anyway, go watch Summer Wars. That's your guys' homework. Okay, I can't put every little detail on here, but I will try my best. God, I drew the angles of this all wrong. It's kind of everywhere, but whatever. Whatever. It's hard. This is hard. It's hard to draw, so I'm gonna cut myself a little bit of slack. That's so ugly. That's so bad. Perspective is not perspectiving. Da, 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 da. Distort this. There we go. Uh, good enough. Oh my god. Okay, I only have an hour left. Let's see how much I can get done in an hour. I don't have too high hopes that I'll be able to finish the line art and the line weight in one. Oops, I did not mean to do that. But we'll see. We'll try. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. Okay. I am like greatly simplifying these shapes, but whatever. As long as it kind of reads as like a buckle, that's fine. It's not even a buckle. I don't even know what you would call it. Yeah, I don't know the technical terms for these things. There we go. Okay. Just kind of making it look like it, what, turns the corner or wraps around the object does make a difference. It's really heating up. I can kind of feel it. And that's why I'm like slowing down. Whew. Wait, why did I erase this? I need this. Okay, whatever. Easy, easy fix. What else is going on in the world? I don't know. I'm excited for this Demon Slayer event that my friend and I are going to on Sunday. It's based off of the Mugen Train, so the decoration that I've seen around social media is that you're basically sitting in the Mugen Train, and the menu should be similar to like in the movie. You know, Rengoku eats like those beef rice bowls, and the drinks also look pretty nice, and I'm excited. I think my friend and I will have lunch, and then we'll hang out. I wonder if that's are these two consistent? I have no idea. Again, kind of eyeballing it. Let me know what you guys are doing as we're watching stream. Do you guys watch me in the background? Because I tend to watch things in the background, like for just background noise. I always multitask when watching something. Ooh, that sounds like a fun time. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, it was kind of hard to get not hard to get reservations, but it's just there's just so many people going that we kind of had to pick a time where it's like available for 2 people to go. And I'm excited. Yeah, I hope the food is good. It is a collaboration with a restaurant, so like sometimes when you go to these events it's sort of hit or miss with the food. Most of the time you're just going there for the aesthetics, but because this is like a collaboration with an actual cafe, I hope the food will be good and I will for sure take pictures. Sometimes when I go eat out, I think like, okay, I'm gonna take pictures for the server because that's kind of fun, kind of cool. But then I always forget because I'm just like hungry. I'm just hungry, so I just like ravish the food before I can even take a picture. And it's only afterwards that I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't take it. I always take food pics regardless. I think it's like a habit that I have to sort of develop back, because back when taking food pictures was like popular, like that was like that's like a habit thing, right? Like something I would do out of habit was just like, oh, take a picture. But ever since I've stopped doing that, I've lost that muscle memory of just taking the camera out right before I eat. So I just need to get that back. But a lot of times, like, I don't know, the food that I eat isn't that, like, my pictures aren't pretty. Like, if I want to take pictures of my food, I want it to look good, or else, like, what's the point? It's not like I can bring a ring camera or a ring light to the restaurant or anything like that. So I just have to sort of work with what I got. But I still am like, oh, this doesn't look great. Do you guys just keep your food pictures like as like for memory, or do you guys post them somewhere? I have a friend who's like a food, or not like a friend, more like a friend of a friend who's a food influencer, and she actually has a bit of a following. So every time I hang out with her, she's always taking pictures of food, and like I don't mind, I don't care, but I'm kind of curious to what you guys do with them. I used to post them on my personal stories, like Instagram, and I thought that was fun. But I haven't used my personal account in so long. Like nothing's going on with me that I need to update the people who know me in real life what I'm doing. like nothing's up with me. I am just at home, unemployed. I don't need to post anything. I also don't remember the password to that account. But I should probably get that back. I should probably look at that. I never take pictures of my food unless it looks horrible. So like once a year, but I just keep them. Okay. Okay, we have people that just keep them for memory. All right, just for memories. To post on 6 different servers? Wow. I do want to, I don't know. I think I would kill at being a food influencer. Like I just have that love for food. But that requires me to go out and kind of spend money on food and to post about it. And I'm like, I don't have the time. Like, I'm already unemployed. Like, I don't want to be double unemployed. I'm already broke. I don't want to be double broke. Also, like, every time I take food pictures, my mom is commenting, like, ugh, why do you need to take food pictures? Like, she's always kind of judging what I do. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. The other day I was watching Plave, and Plave is a virtual like K-pop group, and they do live streams and stuff. And I was watching one of their live streams, like a VOD, and my mom comes in and she's watching with me, and I thought it was like a cool bonding moment until she was like, are they? She started asking me questions about it, and when I explained to her that it's real people in like mocap suits, live streaming as these virtual guys, she was like, why do they have to do that? Why can't they just be normal people? And I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get the appeal. Like I would watch them if they did use like real personas, but the fact that they're like virtual just kind of, I don't know, it appeals to my like my cartoon loving brain. I don't know, and it's fun. Like the possibilities are just endless to what they can do. Like the stories that they can create with their music. So I didn't say that, but I was kind of like, I don't know. My explanation was that's just their thing. Like I couldn't go into it because I don't think she would understand. But she's always judging my stuff. That's why I can't watch. I talked about a couple days ago. I had the big TV all to myself, and I think there are like some thoughts where it's like, why don't you just watch it when people are there? And I'm like, because every time I do, I get judged. I get judged. Like I was watching Haikyuu on the TV and they were yelling about like some sport. She was like, "Oh my god, so dramatic." And then that was fine, right? But the tip on the crack in the iceberg, the needle, the little thing in the haystack was that she was judging Kyoko, the manager. She was like, "Oh, this girl looks so bitchy. Why does she look so mean?" And I'm like, "Because she's just really focused on doing her job and she's not actually that mean." But then like she made that one comment, right? And I like kind of brushed it off. And then Kyoko came on screen again. She was like, "Oh my god, this bitch again." I was like, "You can't say that. You don't know who this girl is. You can't, like, why are you so mean to this fictional girl who's just doing her job as the manager of a high school volleyball team?" My mom does the same thing. It's all parents. I guess they don't understand. It's just a parental thing, I guess. A boomer, not boomer. I can't say that. My mom's not a boomer, but that's just a thing that happens. But I'm like, really? Can you like not? This is why I want a smart TV in my room, but I last cannot. All right, I think we can finish up her hair because I did kind of. Oh, I didn't mean to write on there. Oops, I accidentally pressed my pen on there. You won't understand, you bag of bones. I know. Just the Switch will do. I know, but the Switch doesn't have Netflix, so I can't watch Haiku when my friends come over and the TV's occupied. So I just have to kind of like, oh, like just wait. I just wait patiently. I watch YouTube until the TV's open, and then like, hell yeah. And every time the TV's open, I take advantage of it. I'm just like, play anything. Play any of your content. As long as it's on the big screen, just use it while you can. Also save. Control S. And let me take a sip of water while we're here too. Because I have not drank water. Alright. Back to work. Alright, yeah, we can do her hair. Or we can finish up her hair. Oh, I did that all on one layer? Oops. I mean, alright, whatever. They're gonna be merged together anyway, but it's just easier if they're on their own layers off the bat. Do your parents do this? Something that I realized that my mom has been doing my whole life, but I've only just realized as a 23-year-old that my mom likes to steal food off of my plate whenever I order something different. And I only noticed when a friend pointed it out to me. And I'm like, it didn't bother me before until they pointed it out, cuz it's every time, and sometimes it'll be like I haven't even touched my food, right? Like both of our plates will come at the same time and I haven't even touched mine, and she'll reach over and grab something off my plate, and I don't mind, right? Like it does bother me a little bit, but I really can't say anything because one, she's paying, right? And two, she's my mom. So really it shouldn't bother me, but it does bother me that it's every time. One, it's every time, and two, she doesn't even wait for me to have it first. I'm like, can you give it some time, please? Is this a thing that just like all parents or moms do? Not even parents. My dad doesn't do that. My dad will ask me, or he'll wait for me to offer. That's another thing. When I offer my mom a taste because I know she's going to want some, I know she's going to steal some, she's like, no, I'm good. But then she takes it off my plate. And I'm like, all right. All right. All right. I see how it is. When I offer, it's not tasty. But when you steal it, it tastes better. I see. I shouldn't say steal, but just like borrow, I guess. I don't know. Try. When she tries it, I'm like, all right. And it took me 23 years to realize my mom does this. It took my friend noticing and pointing it out for me to notice. I don't know, maybe I'm just like so used to it and it's like such a natural thing. I remember we were at like a bar or something, and someone, like a third person, had pointed it out. He saw her taking food off my plate and was like, "Oh, so you're one of those people?" And she was like, I mean, it's fine. She's my daughter, and I'm paying for it. So what difference does it make?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, someone else pointed it out. That's insane. That's crazy." My mom almost never does that. Really? Wow. Only get fast food and fries. I don't even take some of hers, but she does offer me some. Literally, like I said, I don't really have a problem with it, right? Because she's my mom and she's paying for it, so you like, yeah, she can have some of it. But it would be nice if you gave me like a minute alone with my own food. Like, at least let me take a bite of it first before you take it from me. Do you guys with siblings like do you guys share your food with them? Mitsuki, right? Every time we go get boba, she always has to leave like a couple of sips for her older sister, or else her older sister gets mad at her. She's like, "Oh, you didn't leave me any?" And I'm like, and one time we were hanging out, and I pointed out to her that she had forgotten to do that, to the point where there was only like one sip left. And she was like, my sister, you know what? I'll leave the rest for my sister. And it was like one sip left. And I'm like, is your sister really going to care about one sip? She's like, yes. Yes, she will. My brother doesn't share. Well, okay, so Mitsuki is the youngest sibling, right? So I think there's also that in play, right? Because the older sister obviously has control over her younger sibling. But I'm like, really? Like, do other people do this? If anything, I think my sibling would care if I bought them a drink, right? I think that's different. If I bought my sibling a drink or if I didn't buy them a drink while I was out, but sharing like just like one sip, I don't know if that really makes a difference. Yeah, so the younger siblings have to share. That's the consensus. Or the younger siblings have to have to share their food or else they get beat up or something. I don't know. I don't know. I am an only child, so I don't have any of that. You can consider me lucky. Only share food with my brother if I have too much food, but he's a garbage disposal and he never gets me anything. Ooh, yeah, I feel that. That's funny. Sibling dynamics are so funny. I am consider okay, so I consider myself a only child, but technically I'm not. I have like an older brother, but our age gap is so wide that it basically felt like that I am an only child, right? So whenever people and plus like my brother lives overseas, so no one sees him. So when people ask me, I just say I'm an only child. And when my brother does come into town, I spring that upon people. I spring that upon my friends, and they're like, "What?" But it's just easier to be like I'm an only child, essentially. But I kind of know a little bit. Yeah, like so all of a sudden this mystery man comes into my house and people are like, and my friends are like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my older brother," and they're like, "What?" Masa, you never said that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't really, I don't really get to talk about him a lot." That doesn't mean we're not close. But I don't have that. I don't have that thing with my brother where it's like, oh, like you got to bring me food. Because that's only, our closest is only as adults, unfortunately. I think it's because maybe like as a kid I was a little shy talking to him because it almost felt like this cool. I don't know. He was like this cool person that lived in our house, but as an adult, I'm like, yeah, that's my brother. He's a nerd who likes anime. Like he's no different than me or anybody else. But yeah, Mitsuki's stuff always makes me laugh. Where I'm like, you gotta. I always have to remind her, like, you better leave some for your older sister. She's like, oh shit, you're right. I will leave her one sip, a couple gulps, maybe if I'm feeling generous. I'm like, all right, as long as you don't get beat up. If you guys could delete your siblings from the universe, would you? No? Aw, that's sweet. That's sweet. It's like that SpongeBob audio where it's like, would you rather have all the money in my pocket or SpongeBob? And Mr. Krabs is like, how much do you have in your pocket? And he's like, 25 cents. And Mr. Krabs is like, I'll take it. Or something like that, where it's like, something like that. He's annoying, but I don't hate him. I mean, good. I'm glad. I'm glad everyone has like a healthy relationship with their siblings. That's good. Like if there's any family that I think that you should keep close to you, it's your siblings, I feel like. I think out of like my parents and stuff, I think my brother is like the one behind my back no matter what, you know. But I don't know. I also wouldn't put it past you guys if one of you were like, "Hell yeah, I would delete him straight up. I would trade him for 25 cents." You know, I wouldn't put it past you either. You know, in a joking way, in a funny way, you know. But again, I like all jokes aside. Ugh, hungry. Anybody got dinner plans, or what did you guys eat for dinner? If dinner time has passed for you all, I think I'm just having leftovers. Ugh. I wish I could go out to eat all the time, but it costs money. And plus, I wouldn't even know what to eat if I went out all the time. At least, like, if I eat at home, it's the decision is made for me. I don't have to be so decisive. Yeah, I don't know. I do love my family. Summer Wars, right? They have a really big family and they're very strong together. And one of the lessons of the movie is you are stronger together. So that also reminded me of just family period. Like not even like biological family too, like your friends also will always be by your back. Oh, a Big Mac. I want a Big Mac. I had a burger last night and it was I went a little light. I usually get like a double double, but I went and got like just a normal cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato, and I low key kind of regret it. But I thought I was with a friend, and I thought I could, you know, I thought we were gonna be light because we are watching a movie afterwards, but then we didn't even end up getting popcorn. So, oh well, whatever. It's healthier in the long run, I guess. But burger sound good. I want burger. I could always eat a burger. Is that bad? Every time I eat something, like right after, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna, I can't eat this for another week. And then next day, I'll be like, huh, that meal I had last night was pretty good. What if we go out and get it again? That's like me with burgers and Korean barbecue and hot pot, especially. I'm like, ah, dang, Korean barbecue. Wow, I am full. I'm gonna throw up. I won't be eating this again. And then next day, I'm like, huh, you know what sounds really good right now? It's just so good. It's just too good. This is yummy. Is there a way to break up Nicole's hair? I don't know. It does seem like this massive blob, but I feel like breaking it up might look kind of funky. Like if I do it. Oh, okay, hold up. I don't know if that truly reads as the hair breaking up. Well, whatever. It's like me, but 5 hours later. Me too. Me too. Yum. You guys are making me hungry. After stream, it won't even be my dinner time. I'll probably have to go eat a snack or something. God, I have like 30 minutes left. Just trying to get what I can get done as much as I can. I have great work-life balance. Whenever it hits 3 hours on stream, I am out. Because 3 hours is a really long time to just sit in place. I think if we ever did longer streams, I would definitely have to take a break in between, for sure. I don't see how people can do like 24-hour streams straight, and I don't think they do. I mean, my knowledge of streaming is a little weak, but I don't think anyone can really stream for like 24 hours straight. That's unhealthy. That is insane. That's not safe. I remember when I would used to stream for like an hour, and my friends would be like, "Wow, that's a long time." And then I'm like, "Well, now it's 3 hours. Now 3 hours is like the minimum at this point, or like kind of maximum, but still, like I try to aim for 3 hours. But it's funny to think about. Seen 11 hours with only a few bathroom breaks. See, that's not healthy. Like I don't know. That feels kind of detrimental. Like, yeah, I think you need to like get. Well, okay, it depends on what you're streaming too. So if I was doing a live stream, like I don't know, me walking around the city or something, then all right, that's fine, right? Because you're kind of out and about doing stuff. But otherwise, it's like, well, can't. How can you stream for so long? That's kind of crazy. Not healthy. Anyway, hi, hydrate. Yay, thank you. She cancels all the streaming because she works most of the week. That makes sense, but like I think you need to have a little bit of a break, like even 5 minutes, right, or like 10 minutes. Thing I think that's actually a little healthier. Like I can't imagine like not getting up and taking a break. Like even sitting for 3 hours here, I'm like I gotta move. I gotta. I gotta get up. I can't sit here any longer. I have to at least walk around the house or something. Go outside, take a walk, go walk my dogs. Just get up and not even and get a break from the computer screens. That reminds me, I need to go take my eye exam soon. And I'm a little nervous that my eyesight has gotten worse. I don't think so. But I don't I have a bad feeling. Because I don't know. I'm not an expert. So I could be like, hey, I see fine. But the doctor's like, you have burned your corneas by looking at a screen for too long. Yeah, I don't think I could even watch a stream for 11 hours. I would have to like pop in now and again. Okay, this is weird. I know that she has another pigtail on the side, but I can't tell where it begins and where it ends. So we're gonna have to sort of wing that on my own. There we go. Done. Separated. I mean, it's not totally even, but whatever. Whatever, it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna draw the other earring on the other side. I don't think you would even see it. It would be technically it would be behind her hand, and even if you would see like a little bit of it, I'm not gonna put that in. I think I'll stretch this higher too. I'll make the break a little more. We need to break up this pink mop of hair that she's got. Because if you don't do it, it just looks like a thick mess, and it is. But we don't want to. We don't want other people to know that. Okay. I'm kind of proud of myself. I haven't had to turn or flip the canvas to line something in at all this stream. I can name moments where I should have, but I didn't. And you know what? That just makes me strong. Did I ever tell you guys about this? So remember I talked about some Zenless stuff that I was doing offline in the city, right? And I got a bunch of loot and stuff like that. But because I did that event, I should have gotten this huge, like, kind of mystery box thing full of Zenless merch. And I haven't gotten it, and I don't think I will because this is kind of poor planning on the event itself. But they only stock 2 of those mystery boxes once a day. So every time I have asked a friend to go get it for me, there's always people ahead of them in line, and they've been waiting ever since like before the event even opens, which is like 10 a.m. And I'm like, what the hell? So I've like literally have given up, and it makes me sad because I would love the free Zenless merch, free quote unquote, but I worked hard for that. But they just planned it kind of weird. It's like, how could you? This is a big thing. How could you only have 2 boxes and restock like once a day? That's insane. Time to camp out store. Exactly. That's what people are doing. Where they're just camping until like literally at like 7 a.m. and when the event opens at 10. And I'm like I'm not local. Like the city is kind of a little out there for me. So it's like, all right, I gotta. How am I gonna do that? Not fair, but you know what? Whatever. Whatever. It's just Zenless merch, but. Okay, it's fine, but sniff, sniff, sad. Oh my god. Okay, well, I actually have to flip the canvas for this. Actually, we should check what it looks like. Hey, alright. Still, like, kind of a big mop of hair. Maybe we should fix that. I don't know how I feel about just having this gigantic piece of hair that's, like, the size of her head. I mean, canon, but I don't know. Does it look good? You know what? I don't want to fix it. That's fine. It's part of Nicole. It's a part of her. We can't get rid of it. But every time I see it, I'm like, damn. Hey, not bad. Here we go. Okay, let me do her hair clips. They should stretch like these. I wonder who we're gonna do next after Nicole. I shouldn't be thinking so ahead, but maybe we'll do Anby, and then we'll do Billy, and then Nikomata. I'm not excited to draw Nikomata's. I don't know if they're prosthetic legs or they're just like high heels, but something of that nature. Not excited. If I struggled so much on Nicole's like briefcase, then I don't know how I'm gonna do with her high heels. Yeah, I would camp in front of that store, but I've like given up already. I'm like I've tried twice already to go get it, and none, none successful. So I've just given up at this point. I've learned to be content with what I got, and that's what we're gonna have. Okay, is one bow bigger than the other? No. Okay, they're like the same size, I think. Generally about the same size. I was walking around Weifei. Is it Weifei Peninsula? How you pronounce it? But anyway, the new area in Zenless, and I didn't realize this, but you can actually hear people speaking something close to Cantonese. Like I was really like walking around doing the new event, and I would just kind of hear my home language. I was like, huh? Where's it coming from? I can't speak it, so I don't know if it's like accurate, but it's like it feels kind of close. I mean, I don't think Zenless would put like just random gibberish Chinese audio or Cantonese audio, but maybe it kind of made me feel at home. I was like, damn, I really am in Hong Kong, Weifei Peninsula. Very good immersion. God, that reminds me. Some of the NPCs that I've met in Weifei Peninsula are really good. They have really good designs. When you do the bamboo chest, quote unquote, but it's literally TFT. You talk to an NPC. His name is Ginger, and he's a cat Dyren. And his design is really cute. I low key want to draw fan art of just this one NPC because he's so cute. You guys have to look up what Ginger looks like because I can't describe it. He's got glasses, he's ginger, red hair, but his outfit is really stylish. And I'm like, what sort of treatment at Mihoyo did you have to get to look like this? And then there's a cable car manager that I really like too. I also want to draw fan art for him. uh just like the simplest things like get me. When for Zenless first came out with life lessons. Yeah, the early bird gets the worm and life is unfair. The really early bird gets the worm. He looks like your typical diehard otaku. No, he doesn't. He's cool. Oh, I mean, he does play like bamboo chess, so that does say something about his character. But I think he looks cool. Come on. Wait, hold up. If I look up like Zenless Ginger. Yeah, come on. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta see his full fit, alright? His full fit is cool. And, I love a cat boy. Oh, come on. He's cool. I need Ginger to be a playable character. He needs to be S rank right now. Make him an S rank character right now. I will pull for him. And then what if you look up Zenless, Weifei, Peninsula, cable car, staff? Is it Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi? I was trying to correct myself. No, there's one of the cable car staff that takes you up to the area where your car is parked at. He has like purple hair, eye cover or hair covering one eye, and I think he's so cute. I really like him, and I want to draw fan art of him. I feel like this is kind of outing who my type is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just realizing that there's a little bit of a similarity. um, I won't comment. I'll just let the chat analyze that. I was gonna say, I was like, all the VODs are gonna be messed up because one, I'm sketching again, and then two, my line art is taking so long that we might have to do this in the next stream. But I'm like, this drawing's already messed up. I'm not gonna lie, like, I had to draw this twice, so that already ruined it. That already ruined the continuity of the VODs, but whatever. If you can't see me at my art block, then you can't get me at my non-art block. Wow, what song is this? It's kind of bumping. I was gonna say I've never heard of this one, but yes, we have. We played this place before. My memory is just that of a goldfish. No, a hamster. Such beautiful words have never been spoken before. Should we save again? I guess it's this deserves a save. There we go. Done. If you can't get me at my good art, then you can't have me. If you don't like me at my bad art, then you can't like me at my good art. That's just how it be. I might have to shrink this. I don't think this metal ring would be that big. Oh, it's like slightly bigger than the one on her torso, but we can shrink it a little bit. There we go. Okay. You know, recently I made a yaoi folder on TikTok where I store all of like the suggestions of yaoi to read. I've only have just made that folder. Can you believe that? I feel like that's very hard to believe, but yes, I have only just made that folder. I don't know. I guess like I don't keep evidence of my. I don't keep evidence. Typically, I don't, but as an adult, I'm kind of like, fuck it. I mean, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. Go, save that yaoi to read later. Like, what's wrong? Can't love me without my... Yeah, if you can't love me at my yaoi addiction, then you can't love me, period. See, that's why marriage is so scary. What if my husband doesn't like my yaoi addiction? You know? Like, what if I can't read yaoi after I get married? Like, that's so scary. Divorce. Marriage called off. God, I have like 10 minutes. Okay. Just work on how much I can work. I didn't realize I didn't sketch so much, or that I had so much left at the sketch before I could get into line art. If I knew that, I would have done this off stream, but oh well. Yeah, we definitely need line weight. God, I remember when this song came out. Ugh, COVID times. Different times. That part is just like in my head. Wait, this is inaccurate. Wait, no, that's right. I was like, the rips I think are supposed to be on the top of her thigh, but no, it's kind of on the side. Alright, that's fine. I did that correct. I wasn't dumb. I did that correct. I want a Big Mac. I'm just thinking about that again. I'm like, damn, I am hungry. can't wait. Right at the 3-hour mark, I will leave and reward myself with food. Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe, hopefully, we'll finish up her legs and then I can, be happy and leave stream productive. Okay, there we go. There is... Okay, so you know how I have this little tablet thing, right? Oh, good night, Ollie. Bye, thanks for joining stream. Thinking you might even dream of Big Mac at this point. I dream of Big Mac. Anyway, you know how I have this little tablet tracker, this cursor tracker that shows me my arm and my cursor and stuff drawing? There's a program out there that's sort of similar to this that includes a little bit of an ASMR noise too. So if from what I've seen, if I download that program while I draw, you would hear the pen like drag across, like very like ASMR kind of thing. So I wonder if you guys would be interested in that, because honestly, it's kind of no difference. There's just a little bit of ASMR thing, but they're essentially the same program. There'd just be sort of like that, a little background noise of just like kind of that thing, like. Maybe I should download it and like give it a test run. I mean, they're really not they're like the same program essentially. They do the same things, but there's just a little bit of what you call like little embellishments, some cool little things. No, I hate ASMR. It's not technically ASMR, but it's more like a little more of a realistic touch. But then again, like drawing, if we're being accurate, then the drawing tablet that I use does not make that noise. It's mostly silent. It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like that paper texture. So when you're writing on paper, you hear that it has that noise. It would be like that. But I don't really know. I don't know if it's necessary or if I want to, but I saw somebody promote it, and one of the big things was, it has an ASMR noise. And I was drawing on paper, and I was like, that noise is kind of nice to hear. It's kind of almost like relaxing, like white noise a little bit. But I don't know. Again, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily make a difference, but I was just curious to what chat thinks. We'll see. In my brain, I think it's free because I assume that everything is free out the bat, right? But it might be sort of like you buy it kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I was gonna say, when we hear Super Tuna, I swear to God, I think that's the last song on the playlist, so that's gonna be the 3-hour mark. So in my brain, I'm like, when is Super Tuna gonna play? Probably right after this song. Yeah, we'll see. If it doesn't cost anything, I will download it and see if you guys like it. But otherwise, that's just an idea to throw that around. We may never talk about it ever again. Wait, did I give... That reminds me. Wait, did I give Belle that? Oh, no, I didn't. So there's like a little indentation when you draw knees. And I can't remember if I did that for Belle or not, so I did not. So in Genshin, I'm trying to like upgrade my character a little bit, but I'm kind of I don't know, like I kind of want to get to a point in Genshin where it's like no matter what ascension level I do, I'm invincible. But that's a lot of grinding. But that being said, I don't know how much I should grind for Inazuma, because chat told me that Inazuma is a little difficult. Like if I struggle with leeway a little bit, then there's a little bit of grinding. We should probably grind a little bit, but it's like, to what extent do I do it? Because technically, if I look at the game and when it tells me, oh, your characters are strong, but like, do I believe that? Like, how would I know? At what point can I stop grinding and we can move on to Inazuma? Because I would love to be in Inazuma. I think I'm gonna have a blast. Maybe we'll think about it when I finish all the story stuff in Leeway. We still have that stuff to go. I mean, we're in the middle, like building the Jade whatever, the Golden House or whatever. So basically, if I can hash shot them, then that would be kind of good. I guess that's a good goal. That would be the dream. Honestly, if I could be the Jade Chamber, yes. The Jade House, whatever. Yes, anyway. I have a lot of story quests to go through and a lot of just simple little commissions and stuff to get through. So we're not even there yet, and I haven't even thought about grinding, but it's in there in the back of my mind. I'm like, I know I have to grind in Genshin, but will I and do I want to? Yes and no. I hate grinding in Genshin. I don't know. Zenless makes it much more streamlined and easier to do. For Genshin, it's a lot. It's like a hassle almost. But we gotta do what we gotta do. I want to be strong. I want to, I just want to enjoy the story. So that's what we just gotta do. Okay, so it's almost a 3 hour mark. So at the end of the song, we will end stream. What type of grinding are you doing? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I just have to know that I just know that I don't know. Okay, so Genshin has a guide, right? There's a little thing where it tells you like what you need to improve your characters on. And I've been kind of following that at that point. So whatever is telling me, that's what we have to do. I think the big thing is I don't think artifacts is that big of a deal. I think my artifacts are good, but I think it's weapons and just overall level period is the big thing. I don't know. I would have to check. I don't have that knowledge on top of my head or at the tip of my brain. Okay, hold on. Let me finish this and then we will head out. Did I loop the playlist? No, I did not. Oh. Let's loop it one more time. We're not going to be listening to it again, but we just need the noise. I would max out, recommend weapon, and get talents up. Talents too? Shit, that's another one. That is another one I have to do. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my god. I'm gonna be. We were right. The server. We were talking about how it's gonna take me 2 years to get to Fontaine, and it is gonna take me 2 goddamn years. Legitimately. All right. I know they are important, but I forgot. I forgot they existed. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway. Okay, this is where we're gonna leave off for today's stream. We got through a lot. I might do Lineway off stream, but we'll. No promises, and yeah, anything you guys want to chat about, any last minute stuff before we head out? Maybe that's why damage is so poo. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. All right. Note to self, talents, that's important. That's true. You have a good point, but I don't want to hear it. You may be right, but I don't want to hear it, Fine. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but that is definitely a very good point. All right. If that's all we're gonna chat about, then guys, have a good day. I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good rest of your days. Eat well, sleep well. Drink water, and yeah, be careful with the heat. Every time I wake up in the server, it's like everyone's like, guys, it's hot, and I'm like, yeah, be safe. Be careful and be safe. Drink waters. I do not want to hear any of you go to the hospital because of heat stroke or anything like that. So yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye bye.